Good evening and welcome to the Maple Plains City Council meeting. It is 7:12 and I'm calling the meeting to order. Please stand and join us for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I apologize for the late start. We had a little longer workshop. Looking for a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Broda, second by Cahill. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. Tonight on our consent agenda, we have accounts payable, city council minutes, April 16th, joint planning and city council minutes, April 23rd, city council minutes, April 23rd for the business meeting, and our city council minutes on May 14th for the workshop. Looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Madam Mayor, can I pull accounts payable off consent for some clarification?
Yes, you can, Councilmember Fay. All right. So looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda minus the accounts payable, so B through E.
I'll make that motion.
Moved by Fay, second by Cahill. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, let's go back to accounts payable then. Councilmember Fay.
Okay, Bobby, just some clarification. I'm seeing some repeating charges, and I just want to make sure that they're not in error and we're being double billed.
Sure.
For example, on third page, down at Minnesota Department of Health,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
community water supply service connection fee.
Yep.
That was billed and paid for at
Yep.
the March.
It's
and
a
now we're doing it
quarterly.
again?
Yeah, it's a quarterly payment we have to make to the
Okay.
Department of Health.
Quarterly?
Yep.
Okay.
That is quarterly.
Down the next page, PSC Q3 contracting, we had some water main breaks.
Correct.
There are two invoices for 1774 Bud, one for 2349 and
Yep.
the other one for 34. Is that
Yeah, I
a
think there was.
clerical error or?
No, I think there was a clerical error, and we had two right there on Bud there, in that area. I'll have to clarify to make sure, but I know that we had 4 water main breaks. So
Okay.
I can
I
look
think
into
the
that.
wrong address was put in for one of them because
Yep.
they had two
That's
on
what I was
Bud.
getting at. Is it a clerical,
Yeah.
because I can't see them spending $6,000?
No.
I think it was
Okay.
just coded wrong.
All right,
Or-
down to the bottom of that page, Water Conservation Service, leak locate 1574 Bud.
Correct.
And we also had 1574 Bud leak locate back in April for the same amount of money.
I'll have to look into that if it's in the same one for April as well.
Same amount, same
Yeah.
address. Okay.
That's a good one. I'll look at that.
And at last April's meeting, I had asked if invoices from Abdo were done for the year for the
Mm-hmm.
accounting work, and I see there's another
Yeah.
4,800 on, so it has,
This is the last one.
that is the
From
last one.
my understanding, actually, in all seriousness, we'll probably have another one that I'm going to add in myself for some work on fire department costs with some of their budgeting efforts. I'm looking to bring them in. I know Councilmember Cahill, Councilmember Broda, that was mentioned at a fire commission. Just cleaning it up. It's kind of difficult to understand right now. And while we went through our audit, they moved some funds that need clarification and just reorganizing and renaming those accounts. So for the long term, the fire department budget for many years it's complicated how it's laid out. So I'm probably going to clean that up, and that's going to be an additional cost, but it's a necessary.
Is that a cost to the city or a cost to the
It's going to be a cost
commission?
it's going to be a cost to the city on that.
Why?
Because we have complete financial control as part of the JPA agreement. So we are responsible for all the finances of the fire commission. And so as a result, because we have complete control of the finances and approving their budget, we do have, that is a cost that would go towards the city of Maple Plain, not the commission.
Last year, we talked about turning accounting over to the fire department and taking it out of Sharon's hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of that. I mean, Sharon does a lot of like payroll aspects to it, does a lot of report writing, which is great. That's not the issue.
Okay.
The issue is the way that in our Banyan database system, how that their entire budget is organized. It's complicated in nature. I think maybe council members Cahill and Broda could maybe shine more light on that. And we have the challenge with that fund specifically is we're receiving capital dollars from two cities, and how that comes in as a revenue, and then also as then a expense that we show that transfer made. And so that can get very confusing, showing it on paper how our reports are written. So I'm looking to simplify that and then clean up titles of the funds and removing a lot of titles that we don't budget things for on an annual basis. So it really simplifies what we're looking at. The city budget, some of that could be done, but for the most part, it's pretty, it's laid out much better than the fire department is. And so there's a couple of joint things. I'm looking to sit down with the fire chief, myself, and a couple people from ABDO to really hammer out the fire department budget, probably in the next month.
And I remember one of the main concerns that brought this whole discussion up was that the way things were labeled or classified in the budget was so far unrelated to what the actual expense was that it could appear that there's a lack of transparency of where
Mhm.
the funds were actually going. And so just kind of updating it so the titling and kind of the nomenclature of the entire thing is a little
Mhm.
more easy to understand for their average person reading it. So
Thank you. Any other questions regarding accounts payable? All right, with that, I am looking for a motion then to accept the accounts payable.
So moved.
Moved by Cahill,
and second.
second by Broda. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. Next, we have our administrative reports. We have our city engineer May report, city planner May report, West Hennepin April report, Public Works May report, city administration May report, and I am looking for a motion to accept all the reports as written.
So moved.
Moved by DeLuca,
Second.
second by Cahill. Any further discussion, excuse me? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. New business this evening, resolution 18-0529-01, removal of special assessment and approving distribution of a refund for 5706 Main Street West.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and City Council. What you have in front of you is kind of a unique resolution, we hope. Really what happened here is we had a property owner at 5706 Main Street West that paid their assessment in full at the end of, I believe it was 17, in the beginning, April of 17, they paid off their remaining balance. What then has to happen from a procedural standpoint is the staff then fills out a form that says, yep, we received this amount, this was paid for on this property. We send that form to the county. The county then removes that assessment that's on that property from that property. I mean, it's no longer there because they paid it off in full. Really what happened here is staff, we made an error, and we did not send this form into the county on time. So this was a mistake on our part. As a result, the assessment stayed on that property, and they made 2 more payments on that. And they're like, whoa, I thought we paid for it in full. Well, that did happen. So the process that we have to go through to remedy the situation here is we need to, by request of the county, get a council resolution that does say, yes, this payment did happen, and it did. And then also the city would then reimburse, because we collect those assessment dollars through revenues, through the county. That comes back our way, that $896.92. So that's the process. It's hopefully one we don't have to go through again, but it was an error on our part. So that's where we're at with this resolution, and with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Anyone have any questions for staff? All right, with that, we'll take a roll call vote since it's a resolution.
Councilmember Cahill.
Aye.
Councilmember Fay.
Aye.
Councilmember DeLuca.
Aye.
Mayor Moskowski.
Aye.
Councilmember Broda.
Aye.
The ayes have it 5-0.
Next item of business is another resolution, 18-0529-02, resolution requesting additional time within which to complete the comprehensive plan, review and update obligations.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and City Council. What we're looking at here is when we went through the initial process, there it is, for going through this comprehensive plan and what we need to do. We laid out a plan that had it where we would wrap things up in October, which is still what we're planning to do. But one requirement of the comprehensive plan before submittal, these comprehensive plans are due to Metropolitan Council by the end of this year, is a 6-month review period through all of the surrounding communities. So that would be Medina, Independence, possibly Orono, with where they're at. We have to submit them our comprehensive plan once it's done, and they have 6 months to review or make any comments before we can submit to the Metropolitan Council. With our schedule concluding this process in October, if we went through the process, we would not finish this until early next year. And so as a result, staff's looking for a 1-year extension that we would then send a letter. It says here that a letter would actually be submitted. I would send it tomorrow to Metropolitan Council requesting an extension to June 3rd, 2019, which I believe is a 6-month extension. So I believe we were asking for a year on here. Maybe I'm incorrect on that. I think it's a year from right now is what we're looking at to wrap this thing up. But either way, we're looking at having the comprehensive plan completed by spring of next year, which would give us enough time to complete this process and finish up in October and give the ample amount of 6 months review time by the surrounding communities, and then submit that proposal to the Metropolitan Council. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions pertaining to this resolution.
So are we approving the extension till June 3rd, or
Yeah, that's what we have right
is that gonna be enough
now.
time since you had said a year?
Yep, no, I think that's still fine. I think
Okay.
that gives us ample amount of time to do it.
Okay.
That's perfectly fine.
So a year from now, not the original date?
Yep, it's a year from now,
That's
not the
great.
end of 18, so,
Okay.
that gives us to June 3rd, 2019. Yep,
Bobby, I just want to confirm that the surface water management plan and water supply plans
Absolutely.
will be done on time.
yep, we've already started that process.
And then can I request that, that letter go out certified?
Yeah,
You've
Yeah.
only got a couple of days to get it there.
yeah, no, I think as part of the resolution, it says we're gonna do it in a timely manner, which, I mean, it says the date, which is we're gonna send it out on that date, but that's the point of the date being in there, is that we're gonna send it on that time. But yeah, we can send it certified.
Any other questions or discussion? Or any additional time? Right. With that, it is a resolution vote, so it is by roll call again.
Councilmember Fay,
Aye.
Councilmember DeLuca,
Aye. Mayor
Mayor Moskowski,
Aye.
Councilmember Broda,
Aye.
Councilmember Cahill.
Aye.
The ayes have it 5-0.
Next item of business is Party in the Park special event permit.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. As many of you may be aware, we have a wonderful event this Saturday. We have a special event permit that is being submitted by the Orono Rotary Club on behalf of Dave Shaughnessy has submitted this permit requesting that they are able to use Northside Park for an event that will conclude around 11 o'clock p.m. With that, there's going to be a number of different events that take place here. There's going to be live music. There will be a beer tent, which will be our next application that we look at. And we've got some wonderful sponsors within the community that have supported this. The proceeds of this event are going towards some park improvements in Northside Park. Specifically, what has been mentioned is the Veterans Memorial as well, which is a part of the park and overall improvements in the park. So it's an event that's put on through a wonderful organization with Orono Rotary. We're very fortunate to have community partners to help put on such an event. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions pertaining to this special event permit.
Any questions regarding the permit? Okay, with that, I'm looking for a motion to approve the Party in the Park special event permit.
So moved.
Moved by Rhoda,
Second?
second by DeLuca. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, Party in the Park event permit has been approved. Next item of business is Party in the Park temporary liquor license.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. Per our city code, we are required to approve a liquor license application for any liquor being served in the park. The Orono Rotary Club, obviously with the event coming up on this Saturday, would like to sell beer and wine and possibly Mike's Hard Lemonade during this event. And so they did go out and fill out a liquor license application. Our code also requires a background check. I did talk to the chief today and we went through this. And he stated that because it's submitted on behalf of a club name like this, that he has no problem granting approval of this background form. So he does not have a problem moving forward with this liquor license application here and granting the Orono Rotary Club the ability to serve alcohol at this event. Another note for City Council, staff does have insurance that did add the city as an additional insurer, so we are protected from insurance issue if something were to happen at the park. We do have protection through the Orono Rotary's insurance. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions pertaining to the liquor license application for Party in the Park this Saturday.
Hearing no questions, I'm looking for a motion to approve the Party in the Park temporary liquor license.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Motion by Fay, second by Cahill. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Right, motion carries. Next item business is council reports. Anyone like to start? Go ahead.
I attended the Chamber of Commerce meeting this month, and we had a great speaker from Open to Business. They provide free business consulting and help with small business financing. So if anyone in Maple Plain is thinking of starting a business, go to Open to Business.
I've been busy all month attending Rotary as well as planning committee meetings for the Party in the Park this month. We are there. It's right around the corner. I did attend a Pioneer Sarah Creek Watershed Management Commission meeting. Also a technical advisory committee meeting prior to that where we thoroughly cleaned up the capital improvement plan document, which there was several items that have been on that document for a number of years without any dates that have been removed in regards to Maple Plain. So that's a good thing. So.
And I think earlier in the month, all of us attended, or most of us attended a training session that was put on regarding some training that we all received on veteran status. That was earlier in the month. I also attended the Planning Commission meeting, and there were two items that were brought up there. One of them was the Elam project, and some discussion happened, and there was a continuation of the public hearing that will recommence on June 7th. In addition to that, Collision Corner came in for a conditional use permit. Collision Corner is now revising their plans accordingly and has been instructed to bring the plans back to staff, and at that point will be put on an agenda for us to look at whenever they get around to putting those plans back together.
All right, thank you for that update.
I was at the city event committee meeting earlier this month and just laid out all the events for the summer and a lot of fun stuff planned and got a lot of details put together. But just to mention the Fire versus Police softball game coming up on June 28th. It's always a fun event. This is the second annual. Thanks to some generous community donors, we're going to have free ice cream. We're going to have a food shelf drive in which every item you bring gives you an opportunity to win gift cards from area businesses, and it's just gonna be a real fun time to cheer on the local heroes. So June 28th, which is a Thursday night, will be that first event.
Sounds good. Lots of fun stuff happening in our city in June. I was able to attend the Minnesota Mayors Association Annual Conference in Perham, and we talked about building responsive cities and building relationships. I also was able to attend the Highway 12 Safety Coalition meeting, and the biggest update that affects Maple Plain and anyone that travels Highway 12 is the proposed roundabout that would be going at County Road 90, put in at County Road 90 and Highway 12. And then I was also able to attend the Northwest Hennepin League of Municipalities, and David Thiel from Hennepin County was there speaking about the conservation program. It's been a busy month for everyone. All right. Well, we hope to see everyone at Party in the Park and at Battle of the Badges and around town. So with that, any visitors to be heard? Seeing none. With that, looking for a motion to
I
adjourn.
move to adjourn.
Moved by
I
DeLuca,
second.
second by Rhoda. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the meeting is adjourned at 7:33.